What's going on out there, good people, and welcome back to LMD Trading, where I am living my dream trading. Hope everybody out there is doing well in YouTube land. As for myself, I am doing okay. Sitting down to get another daily trade recap out of the way on a crazy day in the market that I did not see coming. Didn't take advantage of it, but did the best that we can do, I guess you can say, and extracted a little bit of money out of the market. Gave a little bit back off the open. I did my pre-market routine live this morning. Took a couple of trades pre-market. I kind of showed those trades. So we'll go ahead and jump on over into TRADERVUE and look at the rest of the day on how we finished. Reviewing trades for Thursday, May 18th. Took a total of 9 trades. Closed P&L on the day, 186.50. That was on 2 stock trades. Those first 2 trades, pre-market, WLGS, and then I also traded APLD, which was another low float stock, or I always say low float. I don't know what the float be. Let's say small cap. Small cap. Nice trade on the Qs off the open. This meta trade, this one right here really hurt. We'll definitely take a look at that one. Look how long I was in that thing, y'all. 3 hours and 10 minutes just to get out flat. And went for a ride on that one. NVDA, nice trade, 1 contract. This one went about 50 bucks. Kind of chased my stop behind it. Got back in Meta. This is the same contract as this one, so we'll review both of those at the same time. You see an Apple trade. This was me just taking another contract on a swing trade that I'm in. And then SPY. I actually took a position on the SPY yesterday evening. Got in at 3:51 yesterday afternoon as the market was closing. Grabbed 4 contracts, and oh boy, did I leave some good money on the table getting out of all 4 of those contracts. Should have got out of just the 2 and then and held that other 2. Let's look at this. This is where I got in yesterday afternoon. I got out this morning right here. This thing went bonkers with the rest of the market. This thing went bonkers with the rest of the market. Let's go ahead. Let's pull up Thinkorswim real quick and get a look at these trades. Left a lot of money on the table today. When I say a lot, I mean a lot. Let's look at, and I am going to blow this one up. Look at the 2-minute chart on the SPY. The SPY this morning, as I was doing my pre-market routine, right around this time, flushes down and kind of comes back up as the market opens, gets back above this hourly channel right here. This is what I've talked about several times. Taking a position and just putting a stop at the low. Look at what this thing did, y'all. Just absolutely amazing. It traded the mess out of this little hourly channel going up. We actually got one more. I'm going to duplicate this one. Go ahead and move it up there. I like doing that just so y'all can see how that works. I basically just duplicated this channel, stacked it on top, and look at how perfect it tested that area. Tested it again here. But this was a thing of beauty. I sat back down at the desk around 2 o'clock. Myself, Spark, and another gentleman goes by Cash. We were all in the Discord chatting, and we were watching this play out right here. We were watching this play out, and all three of us said, if this bounces off of this channel right here, we're going to break the previous day's high. My thought was that it was going to catch a little resistance at previous day's high. And we do see that it caught a little resistance. I'm going to blow it up just from there. We see that it did. Not much though. And this thing proceeds to rip from 415 all the way up to 419 at market close. $4 in 2 hours. Bonkers. That is crazy. And that's why I say the market just absolutely went crazy today. Let's see. We'll take a look at all trades on the 3 chart layout. I think I'm gonna kind of revise this. I want to put the ad. Over here on this thing. What I'll do is I'm gonna drop it right here. Let's go $ad. I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna change this to a 1 minute. We'll run with the same thing that we run with over there. And we'll go ahead and do that. Just so y'all can kind of see what the ad does in conjunction to what the SPY is doing. But before we do that, let's go ahead. Let's take a peek at WGLS real quick. Took this trade pre-market. Good trades, but just really didn't trust the trade. So first trade pre-market, you see we have a intraday up channel working. So I get in this one. Let's turn that to an arrow. I get in 50 shares at $1.75. As this is coming down to test the base of this channel. As it comes down to test the base of it. I'm in 50 shares and I put my stop is going to be at $1.60. So I'm going to drop a line at $1.60. That's where my stop was at. Right there. This thing comes down and it comes over and I get out at $1.65. Why? The other thing that's crazy, I just noticed this. I'm highlighting this candle and I look up at the top. It opens at $1.66. The high is $1.67. The low is $1.65. And it closes at 166. So I get stopped out right there. What's the low of that candle? It's 165. What's the low of that candle? It peekaboos by a penny. But guess what? You don't see no candles coming down to where my stop was supposed to be at. This thing curls and then it rips. So I'm already stopped out right there. I think I lost $5 on that trade. 50 shares, 10 cents, $5. As this comes back up, when it breaks my initial entry, I get back in the trade and I get filled at $1.78 because I'm having to mark it in pre-market. So I get another 50 shares. I trade this back up to the top of this channel. Let's see where 194 is. So, I get out as it's pulling back. This thing comes back down and it just trades right along that bloody edge. This one would have hit target. This first trade definitely would have hit target, risking 15 cents. I need 30 cents out of the trade. I need 205. This thing hits target actually over here. Where we at? This thing is hitting target in this candle right here. If I would have left my stop alone and just traded this out, would have hit target right there. So that was WLGS. Let's take a peek at APLD real quick. APLD. And we're getting in this one at 10:05. Why don't I see any price arrows? Oh, because I'm on the wrong date. Booyah. There we go. All right. Let's look at APLD. APLD opens, comes up, previous day's close, chops around it, comes up previous day's high, comes back down, back above it. I get in 764, chasing the mess out of this trade. I wanted to be in right here as it broke here. And I just kept fooling around with the active ladder in my laptop. Like the keys on my laptop kind of jacked up. And I kept trying to put in 50 and the 5 wouldn't take. Finally get it in. I get filled. This thing comes back. It makes this move up. I take my stop to break even. And I get tagged right there. The low of that candle was 765. That's me getting filled. That's foolery. This candle, and then it goes. So another bad trade. It didn't really do nothing after I got stopped out of it. But had I not chased this and got in where I was supposed to have gotten in at, I'm actually hitting target over here as opposed to stopping out break even. So that was APLD. Good trade, bad execution, got out break even. Not really a bad thing getting out break even because this pushes a little higher and then kind of rolls over. Let's take a peek at the Qs. And if y'all know me, y'all know I don't trade the Qs too often. I do not trade the Qs too often, but I traded it today. One of the other YouTubers who I usually watch, I'll sit in her channel from time to time, from Lack to Legacy. She had been away for a while and she's back on this morning. So I popped in her channel. She loves to trade the Qs. And because of that, I took a peek at it. It's like, I don't like the Qs, but I'm going to take a peek. And let's see where we getting in at. Look at that. Getting in on this candle right here. What do you see right there, y'all? What do you see right there? I know what I see. I see a 1 minute 3-bar play. Breaking some key areas. It's breaking previous high of day. Nice candle. Nice resting candle. Good entry. Let's look at these exits though, y'all. First exit. And I hold this one and I actually lose money, which doesn't really make too much sense if you ask me. And this is why I say I don't like trading the cues a lot of the time. So I'm out of this one at $1.57. This pushes up and I get out of this next one, $1.73. I guess I can't be mad at that. That's a decent move. But look at all that was left on the table. Look at what was left on the table, y'all. I'm gonna switch this over to a 2-minute chart real quick. Would have got stopped out if I 2-minute bar by bar. I wanted to switch this over to a 2-minute bar by bar just to see how far this would have ran. It wouldn't have ran that far. I would have got stopped out right there. So is what it is. We made $60 on it. But look at what got left on the table. And wait till you see what the high of this thing was. And this was not just on the Qs. This was everything that we traded today. You don't see the high until right there. 570 bloody one. I'm getting out at 173. That's $400 per contract. Again, you can buy the low, set your stop, or set your stop at the low. Let this thing go all day and get out before the market closes. And on one contract, you up $400. We see right there, this thing closed at 550. Bonkers. You're going to hear me use that word a lot today. Just bonkers. Let's go ahead and take a peek at Meta. Let's take a peek at Meta real quick. This one here totally chapped my hide. But I couldn't be bad. I couldn't be mad at nobody but myself after I looked at this trade. Was talking about this with the guys over in the Discord. And see what we're looking at here. I'm trying to find. Wow. Yep. So Meta, pre-market, smack dab in the middle of an hourly up channel. Smack dab in the middle of it. It opens, breaks previous day's close, retest, goes higher. Breaks previous day's high, which is also breaking out of this up channel. And I'm going to switch this back over to an hourly chart real quick, just so you can get the big picture. So you can see that it actually was an hourly up channel. So we breaking out of this hourly up channel. I go long right here. I go long right there. For what? Oh, that's the second trade. Okay. I'm like, why is this not pulling? So yeah, I'm going long right here. Bad trade. Bad trade. For one, where do I put my stop at? I have to put my stop right here. But do I take the stop? No, I don't. I stay in this thing and I ride it back down. Now, mind you, hourly up channel. The thought is, if it tapped the top, it's coming back down to the bottom. Look at what it's done every time before or after that. So I'm taking penitentiary chances by not taking my stop right there. This thing comes back down, previous day's close, chops around it. I buy another contract right there, averaging in. Let's watch what this thing does. until we get over there where you see I got out at. Chops around. Every time it came up here, I was basically up a few dollars. So every time it came up and it retested previous day's high, it gave me a chance to get out flat. But while Meta is doing this, everything else in the market is ripping. Everything else in the market is just ripping. So around lunchtime, Meta comes back up, retests previous day's high. Like I said, every time it comes up there, I'm kind of pushing flat again, and I get out as this thing peekaboos up, and I get out flat, perfectly flat. I don't make a dollar. I don't lose a dollar. I just lose the commissions. In the Discord, I make the comment, this is about to burn me, because I'm getting out of this trade and watch this thing rip. Less than 10 minutes later, what does it do? It rips. So I end up buying 2 more contracts in this candle right here. As it's coming back down, if I drop the line right there, that's going to be support. And like I said, that is just chart time. On this pivot, look to the left. This is an area of support. Look at what it does. It catches support. Now let's come over and look at the actual option chart. I could take this trade getting in right here. So let's say I'm right on it. I got in at $1.70. So that's $170. I could put my stop right there. Let's call it 155. So I'm risking $15 because that's where my stop was at. I'm risking $15. I end up making $37. So I make 2 to 1 on the trade. This was a good trade. And then this thing just continues making that move. I got out at 207. So I'm out right here. Let me grab an arrow. Out at 207. This thing sets a high of 248. So another $40 got left on the table on that trade. But at that point, I was not mad at Meta no more, because I couldn't be mad at Meta for the first trade, because that was my problem. That was my bad. I took a trade I had no business taking. I'm buying right into resistance where this should get pushed back down. What I want to see, though, is y'all just saw me drop that line. Y'all saw me drop that line, right? Let's come over here. Look at that. Look to the left, to the left. So that was Meta. Man, we got quite a few trades today. If you're still hanging in there, I appreciate it. Give your boy a like if you hadn't already. But these were some good charts today, so I kind of want to look at all of them. NVDA. This is another pretty solid trade, if I remember correctly. Let me go ahead. I'm going to drop this arrow, and then we'll look and see where we at. Right there. So getting in right here. Getting out right here. Let's look at NVDA. NVDA opens, pushes back up into, actually it opens and runs straight through this hourly channel up into this one, kind of chops around. When it comes back down, I get in. Nice entry. Trade this up and get out right here, basically in the middle of the channel. Why not trade this all the way up to the top of the channel? So we're out at 220. What's the top of that channel? We'll call it 289. So we make $34 on one contract, and that's what, another $67. So could have made $100 on this one contract, just trading it back up to the top of the channel. Not trying to get anything extra out of it. Trade it to the top of the channel. Instead of going and trying to find out what the high is, I'm gonna just come right here and see where it closed. That contract closed at $7.23. I got out at $2.20. That's $500. Bonkers. Absolutely bonkers. We already reviewed Meta. Apple, again, that's just, I was shoring up a call position. Taking trades, or just buying contracts. I'm out to July on these contracts. Let's look at Apple real quick. Look at Apple's weekly. Get rid of that. That's why I bought some more contracts on Apple right there. Apple just broke the high of the previous week, which was 174.59. 175.24 is where we're at right now. I'm expecting Apple to finally catch some traction and make its way back up to the top of this channel. Now, will it push all the way back up? I don't know. Let's see. You know, what we have to do is find some areas. So that's one right there. Look at that. That's one of them. Look at this, y'all. That right there is Apple's 5-year high. We are $7 from Apple's all-time 5-year high. If we break that, there is no resistance to the left. That's what you call blue skies. You hear some people here say a blue sky setup. We are literally call it $8 from a blue sky setup. I have this set to the 12-hour. Actually, I'm gonna keep it set to the 12-hour, but what I'm gonna do is, where is it at? Time frame. I'm gonna switch this on over to a 360. Let's go. Yeah, we'll go 360. So that high is in this year. I'm trying to see where it was at though, because it ain't showing. There we go. 183.38. So that is what my thought is on Apple. I have I think I have 7 calls on Apple. So that's my thought process. Let's look at the SPY. I have some SPYs as well. SPY said 420 right now. I wanted to see it over 413. Then I wanted to see it over 418. Looking out to the left. Once this thing breaks this line and holds, next area of concern is not going to be up until around 430. And look at what this thing is doing after hours. It is just grinding. Cash noticed one thing that the SPY was doing right here. We had a like gap up on the weekly chart for, call it 420.86. We're at 420.65 right now. And I had made, or 420.15 actually. I made the comment that we will probably fill that little gap up after hours, and we are trying to do it right now. I might have to turn on TRADERVUE here in a little while and get some futures trading in. But let me wrap this up. This is a long one, man. 30 minutes. Oh, thanks for checking me out as always. If you hadn't hit that like button already, please do so. If you're not subscribed, please think about subscribing. And as always, we can continue the conversation in the comments. Let's see if Jerome Powell could put some good information out there tomorrow and make this market just go crazy. Make it go bonkers. I hope you're ready for it. Peace.